What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute since I've made any video on any Apple Watch product, and this is the first time I've ever made a video like this, I think. And it's pretty much how to save the most amount of battery life on your Apple Watch. And to be honest, this is the Series 2. This is not even the newest Apple Watch, but I'm still pulling like a couple of days of usage out of this every single day. I'm at 77%, it's 5:58, almost 6 p.m. And I can probably go like 2 or 3 more days with this watch. This watch came out a couple years ago. The battery life is still great on this thing, and the newer ones are supposed to be even better. So let me just show you guys a couple of ways on how to get the best battery life from your Apple Watch. These aren't like mind-boggling tricks. It's pretty universal from one product to another, but the first one actually starts off with the brightness. So a lot of you guys probably know this. If you go into the settings, if you scroll all the way down, you can get to brightness and text size. If you go ahead and click that, you can go ahead and change the brightness around. You can go down a little bit, you can go up a little bit. Me personally, this is like the sweet spot for me. If you do have it a little bit higher, obviously that'll suck up more battery. If you have it a little bit lower, that'll suck up even less. So in my opinion, that's usually the best one. You can go ahead and enable all these other things. They really don't affect battery life at all. Bold text sometimes is a little bit cool for some people. I don't really prefer that, but that's one of the biggest things. The screens are almost always on any product the main thing that takes up the most amount of battery life. Another huge thing to hit on is actually the watch face itself. If you have a ton of complications and you have a ton of things going on, that usually tends to suck up more battery life than not. For example, if you have something like this in itself is probably not that bad, but even this compared to like the watch face that stays the modular one, this is probably the one that's going to save the most amount of battery life. There's not a lot of things to refresh all the time, and it's usually pretty good depending on the watch face itself. Something like this isn't that bad either. This is probably the worst one. The kaleidoscope one probably sucks up the most amount of battery life. This one's not that bad either, but my safe one that I usually use is this one right here, is the modular one. So this is the one that I would recommend using if you want to save the most amount of battery life. Another thing you want to do is turn off auto workout detection. Now I think this is in the settings, and you can go click back. Now I could be totally wrong about this. Go to workout, and as you can see, auto pause, there's one right there. Start workout reminder, there's another one. And workout reminder, detect gym equipment. These are all ones that you can go ahead and turn off. Power saving mode, you can go ahead and enable that. This will actually allow you to not waste so much battery when you're going and using your device or your Apple Watch. So every single thing of these that you turn off will actually enable you to go and actually save more battery life. This I never use it, so I'm going to take this off. And workout reminder, that's another one you don't necessarily need all the time, but again, the more things you turn off, the better things you are at the end of the day. Also, another huge thing within settings is actually the Siri. So if you go and turn off Hey Siri, this will enable it so it's not listening to Siri all the time. This will save a ton of battery life. I'm not even joking. This thing will save up a ton. There's also many other Siri's functions that you can turn off too, but this is the one, when you're going onto your home screen, to be honest, you have to ask yourself, how many times are you using Siri? If you're using Siri all the time, then yeah, keep it on. But if you don't, that is one of the main things that, you can save a ton of battery life with. That's a huge thing to hit on. Another thing you can do is within your general settings, you can go to accessibility. You can actually turn off reduce motion. Now this is something, you really don't, it's not a big deal. It's not going to save up a ton of battery, but it is one thing you can do if you want to save up just a little bit. The same thing is with iPhones. If you turn on this, you can actually save your battery life as well. But that's kind of a minor one. Actually, it could be a big one. I've just never used it that much. You can also turn off your background app refresh if you're into that, but that's through the watch app. But you don't really need to do all that if you have good battery life to begin with. Another huge thing is to clear out your recently used apps just by swiping out and clicking X. That's one of the main things you want to do. You don't want to have these apps always lingering in the background. Those do suck up a little bit of battery life, so I'd recommend you guys to do that if you have that ability. And also within settings, you want to go click it. You want to limit the amount of sounds and haptics that your Apple Watch actually creates. So right now I have mine on silent mode. However, mine does vibrate. As you can see, I have haptic alerts and I have the default thing on. But you can go and change this out. If your watch vibrates less, that means you're saving more battery life. So that is one important thing to hit on. It's not like a life-changing thing or anything, but that will save up a little bit of battery life throughout. And that kind of covers up the main things I wanted to hit on. Those are just a couple ways on how to, save the most amount of battery life. The brightness is probably the main thing. Again, location and all those things take up a little bit of battery life as well, but you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel and go do crazy things. If you can, just follow these simple instructions, you can get at least 10, 20, even 30% more battery life. Maybe if your battery life is already kind of decent, you can pull up another day or two out of it. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hope I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.